Hi, I'm back. I've been a bit busy lately. Today we are going to talk about different techniques for saving the settings for an application. One of the common methods of saving settings is to convert all of the settings to text and save it in plain text format, but there are better methods available that are easier to do in Assembler. The secret to saving settings is to create a structure that has the elements as structure members that you want to save on exit and reload at startup. By creating a structure, you can handle both numeric data and text data, and the load and save methods are both very fast and accurate. I know that Brad has a working example, so I will ask him to explain how it works. Brad, would you dig out that example you have for saving settings?
Sure, no problems. I think I know where it is. Won't be long. Okay, I have found it. What are you after?
I need you to explain what the example does, and how it works. It's a fundamentally good technique that is well suited for applications that have to restart in the same screen location, and preserve the current path, so that the user does not have to go looking for everything again.
Now I need to explain what form the app is written in. It is a Create Window X type application as it handles the screen location and window size by storing that data in the remote settings file. The settings file is written in direct binary format by loading and saving a structure, without converting the settings data back and forth from text. This is far more efficient than two-way conversion, and it means you can use a structure for both loading and storing the data. The structure is written specifically for this task. It has four members: the top X and Y coordinates and the width and height of the window. After the four coordinates, it has a 260-byte buffer to store the current path and file name. To make the settings available from any location, it uses the getAppPath library function, then appends the settings file name to it. When the app starts, it checks if the settings file exists in the app's directory. If it does not exist, it creates a settings file using default settings and writes the file to disk. If the settings file exists, it is loaded into the structure, and the current directory is set to the last path when the app was last shut down. The four coordinates are loaded into the Create Window X function to set the location and size of the window. This design is a safety feature so that there is always a settings file, even if one does not exist before starting the app. If the settings file is ever damaged, simply delete it and it will create a default one at the next startup. When the app is closed, it makes a single call to save settings, a function that gets the screen coordinates, which are then converted from dword to qword, and written directly to the structure. It then gets the current directory and writes it to the structure, then the complete structure is written to disk as the settings file. When the app is started up again, it will start up at the previous size in the same directory.
Thanks, Brad. This code will be really useful for people who need to make persistent apps that you can open and close without losing the screen position and directory location. The code, being a Create Window X application, is a little more complex, but the basic code for loading and saving data is straightforward enough and the file I/O is simple enough to understand. Brad, is there anything else you wish to add?
Not really. I think the example code is clear enough, and it should not be all that hard to implement.
Okay, Brad, thanks for sharing this code. The example code is attached to this post. Download it and it should be clear enough to be useful. See you next time.